Sonika Chauhan and I'm back with more on the best of India's highways. This week I'm in Maharashtra and I'm ready to take you on a journey through one of the busiest highways in India, the Western Expressway that connects Mumbai to Pune. Catch all this action and more on Follow the Star. I'm on the Mumbai-Pune Expressway, the highway that connects both cities, and I'm headed to make a brief pit stop at the hill town of Lonavala to explore more of its culture. I will then take a slight detour off the Mumbai-Pune Expressway and get onto the old Mumbai-Pune highway to visit a town called Kamshed, before ending my journey at the beautiful city of Pune. The Mumbai-Pune Expressway, which cuts through the Western Ghats, is also known as the Yashwantrao Chavan Mumbai-Pune Expressway. It has 6 tunnels and is India's first high-speed, access-controlled tolled expressway. It runs a total distance of 93 kilometers. Almost all sections of this highway are made up of concrete, which makes it more durable and less vulnerable to erosion from rain. Now here's a quick tip. While driving on concrete roads like this one should always make sure the air pressure is a few points lower than normal to allow the tires to get that extra grip on the road. I'm really enjoying my drive right now. The road is absolutely amazing. It offers a 6-lane highway and I think the E-Class is a perfect companion for me on this road. This expressway has quite a few plazas which serve as the perfect place to grab a quick bite and fuel up. I cross the Khalapur Toll Plaza and head straight to the hill town of Lonavala. Enveloped in the lush Sahyadri range, Lonavala is a preferred weekend getaway spot for most people living in Mumbai and Pune. Apart from its picturesque beauty, Lonavala is also famous for its hard candy, Chikki. The streets are lined with innumerable Magan Lal Chikki shops. I'm sure it's hard to find the original shop, but I'm gonna give it a shot. So I finally found my way to the original Magan Lal and Sons Chikki shop. So tell me, is this the first ever Magan Lal and Sons Chikki shop?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the original one. It started off all from here.
Yeah, it is a 4th-generation shop.
4 generations, 4th generation shop. That's amazing. You seem like you have like a huge variety of chikki.
Yeah.
Why don't you take me through these different kinds? Because I've only tasted one.
26 varieties, and the most selling varieties are crushed groundnut, peanuts. This is Kesar Badam Pista, one of our finest chikki.
So what is your hottest selling and what is the most unique chikki you have in your
The
shop?
most selling chikki and the most tastiest chikki is the crushed groundnut with cardamom.
This one.
The Kesar Badam Pista.
Okay.
The peanut is the most favorite.
That looks different. What
This
is
is a
that?
roast kaju with a new variety.
Though groundnut chikki is what chikki is about, the sweet now comes in a wide variety of flavors. Mint, rose, mango, chocolate, strawberry are only some of the new unusual variants of the good old groundnut chikki. So I'm going to try, I think the rose and the mango. I've never been a big fan of the flavor of rose, but when it's mixed with chikki, it tastes amazing. So this is one of the most hottest selling chikkis in Magan Lal and Sons. This is the most unique chicky. I've never tasted mango flavored chicky. I'm going to do that right now. It's not hard like the original chicky. It's nice and soft. You can get the chicky taste with fresh mango flavor. That's superb. I really like these two and I think I'm going to buy it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. I've had a good chicky feed. You all should come to Maganlal and Sons and definitely try these 26 varieties of chicky. After indulging my sweet tooth, I'm now inching my way to another major attraction, India's very own Madame Tussauds, the Celebrity Wax Museum. Modelled on the lines of Madame Tussauds in London, the Celebrity Wax Museum boasts of not just Indian celebrities, but of famous personalities from the world over. Some idols are more impressive than others, and much like the tourists here, I too decide to strike a few poses with these wax avatars. So I have Sunil with me, who's the creator of these very real-looking wax statues. Tell me, Sunil, what was your inspiration behind making these statues?
Basically, I'm an artist. I had some
Thoughts in mind.
in mind to do something creative and different. Otherwise, leave the profession because everybody is like that.
Okay.
After the course, they are diverting their profession to some other way.
But you took it seriously and you wanted to do something
Yeah,
different.
Different. So
How long does it take you exactly to make one wax statue? It looks like very tedious,
now-
very intricate work.
right now, I have 15 years experience in this field. I can make faster, very clearly in 20 to 25 days. per
In
model.
20-25 days, you can make one proper wax
model.
statue with everything,
Yeah.
like head to toe, A to Z, 100% done.
Yes, I can.
Wow, that is an art and it's very difficult. I think you've done a brilliant job. What, according to you, is your most memorable or fun or favorite wax statue that you've worked on?
Actually, my favorite model is here inside Narendra Modi ji.
Exactly.
It's a wonderful experience for me because I met him 3 times. I spent one day with him at his home in Gandhidhar.
Okay.
So he spent 4 hours with me on that day. I can't imagine that much of like his personality. He spent that much of time for a simple matter. So it was a fantastic meeting with me.
It was a
Model
fantastic
also
meeting with you, and that's why it shows in the wax statue you've created.
All big crowd always there with that model only.
Thank you so much, Sunil. I think your work is absolutely brilliant, and when you're in Lonavala, this place is a must visit. I'm just getting off the expressway and onto the old Mumbai-Pune highway, which is the NH4. I'm on my way to Kamshet for an air adventure I'm really looking forward to. The NH4 runs from Chennai to Pune and is 1,235 kilometers in length. I exit Lonavala and make a brief pit stop at the Lonavala toll booth before getting onto the NH4 that will continue till the end of my journey to Pune. At Kamshet, I take a detour and drive 10 kilometers off the road to Nirvana Adventures, a school that teaches paragliding. Here, I meet Ravi, my paragliding instructor who walks me up to the takeoff site. So I finally made it up to this hill, and Ravi here is going to take me on my first paragliding experience. I'm super excited because I've never done this before, and I'll come back and talk to you all if I make it alive. Let's go.
Yeah, go.
Just as I'm about to take off, my crew members get a wee bit excited and decide to strap a few cameras on me to capture the experience.
With my neck going sideways unnecessarily.
After all that complex rigging, my enthusiastic camera crew finally give me the go-ahead signal to take to the skies.
Thank you. Woohoo! Good. Very cool.
As I float in the air with the town of Kamshed below me, enveloped in the silence of the Sahyadri range, I don't want to step foot back on earth. I just want to keep flying. I feel at the top of the world, quite literally. I've just had the most heavenly experience and now have my feet firmly planted on the ground. I've realized how much our highways have to offer. All you need is the willingness to take the road less traveled. I'm just about 60 kilometers away from Pune and I can't wait to hit the road. Coming up on Follow the Star, I meet one of India's leading businessmen and corporate statesmen, Rahul Bajaj.